Outsourcing, you may lose a little control because you're not having someone internally, you can walk down the hall if you needed a report and have somebody run your report. Otherwise, you'd have to reach out to the administrator, and you might not get it as timely. So there may be some speed issues. Typically, when you outsource, you set up dates in terms of when you want to get information or when things need to be done. But anything special that may come up may take a little bit more time. So it's a control issue internally versus a little bit less of a control, but a lesser cost. So those are the things that you kind of weigh in terms of having somebody in-house or not. And that could go with the administrator, it could go with IT, it could go with HR. You give up a little bit of control in terms of being able to get things done quickly and immediately as opposed to having to reach out. Because obviously the administrator has a lot of other clients, the HR group will have other clients, so the total response may be a little bit slower. So it's cost versus control and being able to have those things. A lot of funds outsource the IT, especially early on. As they grow, they may start to bring a lot of these things in-house. But IT, a lot of funds think, well, just dealing with the administrator, just doing email, so there's not a lot of other functions and things that we have internally, so really there's not much there. But you need to deal with things like cybersecurity, data protection, just having business continuity in case of loss of data. How are you backing up that information? So if you have a good outsourced IT provider, they can have all that set up, and so be seamless. If something happened and you weren't able to access the data, you'd be able to get to your backup. So there's a lot of different things that the IT function really ties into what they're doing, and typically people will outsource that up front. You want to make sure that what they're doing internally for them, they've got good protection, so they're aware of the cybersecurity issue and they're dealing with it, because at the end of the day, it's your responsibility to protect your investors. And they'll have all your investors' information. They'll have addresses, social security numbers. So if any of that's going back and forth and there's a breach at your administrator or even your attorney, those items could be a problem. So you need to make sure that you have proper protection internally as well. So you need to make sure your emails are protected. You shouldn't send any information, such as confidential information with social securities or things like that, which could cause breach or somebody hacking and getting that information. So that's an important step. Have all, proper firewalls, proper software scanning, internet scanning, phishing issues. That's how important it is to make sure that you have all that, and a lot of training internally regarding phishing and blocking sites that you shouldn't go to, internally on your staff. So there's a lot of things around the cybersecurity.